What's going on, everyone? John here, the Wolf of Ecom. I wanted to break down for you one of the biggest questions I get and one of the biggest problems I see when I'm coaching someone one-on-one or in a group, and that's how to manage their time throughout the week as a dropshipper, right? So the thing is, it's very easy to lose momentum in this business. And the reason why I say that is because if you have a product that you put all your time, energy, and focus into, and it suddenly stops working because the product dies off, or your business manager or your ad account or whatever it may be, you start running into issues and you need something else going. This is why people feel like this is not a sustainable business. So I wanted to break down my weekly schedule where I show you exactly how we test, we do our research, and we test and scale, right? So once we find something that is working, and basically how to create consistency for yourself. So go and follow along with this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So the first thing that we're always gonna do, and this is either gonna be you doing it or there's gonna be your VA doing it. In my case, it's gonna be my VA helping me with a lot of this. All right, so typically I do my product research over the weekend. I also have trained my VA on how to find the type of products I'm looking for. So they'll actually send me a list of their top 10 products. So remember, if there's no VA, this is you just doing it for yourself, okay? Bottom line is you need to have a long list of products that you are confident that will do well and that you deem worthy of testing. What I'd like to do is to narrow it down. Sunday into Monday, I narrow it down into my top 3 picks. And this can always change, right? So if you have nothing running at all right now, maybe you want to do 5 products to test. Maybe you want to focus on really building up 3 with great landing pages, with unique custom content, right? There's a lot of different ways and variations of approaching this. I just want to show you the process and to help you develop this for yourself, because a lot of people, will go weeks or months without anything working. So this should help you, okay? So Sunday into Monday, you're searching with spy tools or with AliExpress or through your Facebook newsfeed, all the methods that we show in our mini course, which you can actually get access to with the link in the description. Make sure to check that out. It's at a huge discount, okay? But bottom line is you need to start with the research, right? And find the products, okay? Once you have narrowed it down to your top 3, then we need to come up with the angles. And if you're delegating it, you could either provide this yourself. I recommend you do, or if it's someone that you trust, you could have them do it for you, right? Then you need to build up your funnel, okay? If you're using like upsells, we use BetterCart, which I've shown in other videos. Make sure to check that out on our channel. And then make sure you test the funnel as well. And this is all assuming you built up your product page too. So you want to add reviews. You want to make sure the SMS is firing if you're using an app like BetterCart. Clean up the product page, right? You want to also build out your upsells, your cross sells, your bundles. So if you're offering 3 more of the same, 1 more of the same, you want to have those ready. Okay. You also want to send to your supplier for a quote. So usually what I do is I gauge an initial pricing and markup off of Ali, whatever I see in Ali, because it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark, either a little bit over, just on the money, or under what you see as the offer on AliExpress. That's what you're actually going to get usually if you work with CJ or if you work with a private supplier, okay? And then we also update our cost of goods we use True Profits to measure our day-to-day numbers, okay? So phase 1, real simple. What we're gonna do is we're going to do a creative test to start, and we're gonna, I'd like to do this Monday through Wednesday. So Mondays are usually not the strongest day. And I note how it says Thursday here, right? So this would be worst case if you took more time to build things up on Monday and you push out Tuesday, okay? So I'm giving myself like a 1-day buffer. The bottom line is by Tuesday, everything is going live. So I'm gonna do $30 a day for each product, all right? So I'm either gonna do 15 ad sets at $2 a day or 30 ad sets at $1 a day. And why would I do more or less? Okay, so it's very simple. If I have, let's say, 1 video and 1 marketing angle and a bunch of thumbnails and maybe 1 or 2 versions of copy, I'd probably do the 15 ad sets. If I have 2 videos or 4 videos, right, then you could do more versions, add less money. So you're not just burning a couple $100 testing videos to see what works. And remember this, there's a lot of different ways to do your copywriting. I talk about this in the mini course as well, but also in some of our other videos. And this is just kind of some examples. And right, this would be more so if you're delegating it. If not, you would have already come up with the solution on your own, okay? So, here's an example. So let's say I'm selling like a cleaning product, right? So 15 ad sets, $2 a day, All right, so here's the different angles. I can do 5 different angles for each, or 3 different angles, 1 for each 5 of the ads, okay? And then you wanna let that run for 3 to 4 days. What you're looking for by the time Wednesday or Thursday, here we go, Wednesday or Thursday rolls around, then you're gonna look for low CPMs, high CTR. I like to see 1.5% link click-through rate. And then for engagement, I like to see 2.5% all engagement, right? So the percentage of people that see that actually do either like, comment, share, or click, all right? And then Wednesday going into your Thursday, right? Or Thursday going to Friday, I'm gonna create the purchase custom audience. I'm gonna exclude buyers from future ad sets, just so you don't have negative comments. If people are pissed they don't get it the next day, right? So I recommend that you test excluding purchases, okay? And this is obviously if the product is working. If the product's not working, you may wanna kill it off, okay? And then I'm gonna also make sure to develop better images for my upsells and images for my bundles, okay? Now, phase 2, we're gonna go into our actual interest testing. What I've been doing lately that's been working really well, I'll pull my best 3 creatives or move those 3 into a dynamic creative where it actually auto-rotates on its own. And I'm gonna move that into 10 ad sets at $5 each, all right? Once again, I'm gonna give this 3 to 4 days. The reason why I like to do it this day is because you get the weekend. And weekend's gonna usually give you the best conversion, the best quality traffic. People are gonna buy more on average on the weekend than they will during the week, all right? So this is just what I do, okay? And then come the following week, then we could actually look at doing lookalikes, by maybe the next Thursday, the next weekend, right? Or even scale it into a couple CBOs if things are going really well. And of course, what I'm looking for here is I wanna see by $10 being spent. So if I launch on Thursday, by Sunday, by the time I wake up, I should be able to go to my ads manager and kill off things without add to carts. And then also going to phase 3, this is gonna be the following week. I'm gonna be looking at launching my retargeting, building my lookalikes, like I mentioned, off of those custom audiences of typically the view contents to start, all right? And then also moving anything that has 3 or more sales into a CBO of its own. I can either do the 4 best interests or 3 best interests into 1 CBO at $100 a day, or I take 1 interest and move it times 4 into its own CBO at $100 a day. So if I have like 3 out of those initial 10 interest ad sets that are getting 3 or more sales, I'll duplicate each one of those into their own CBO with 4 duplicates of itself, right? So 4 of the same interest in a $100 CBO, and then let it run through the next week. And this should build your lookalikes pretty quickly. For lookalikes, I'm either gonna do 1%, 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, right? So all the percentages, all 10 of them per event, I'm gonna either do it at $10 a day each, or $20 a day, or even 15. Any of those will get you a good result. Lookalikes tend to do pretty well. Usually a third or a half are gonna do pretty well if the product's strong. And then this is going to be, if you wanna scale more aggressively, I'm not gonna go deep into this, but you could do big budgets. You could do it $250 or $500 with open targeting. You can do $1,000 CBOs with multiple ad sets, right? With minimum spends. And then you can also do mid budgets, right? So like I talked about, maybe somewhere between $250 to $500, and that can either be your dailies or your CBOs, all those work. But ultimately, like this should be your calendar week in, week out until you narrow down to 1 or 2 winners. And then when you start seeing, I recommend that regardless of how long a product lives for you, that you have this running in the background, even if it's just 1 test product a week. Because honestly, $30 a day, and then eventually $100 or $50 a day after that. So basically, an average of $250 a week to test 1 product, or $500 a week to test 2 products, assuming you have a product that's already scaling. It's really not going to be, relatively speaking, it's not going to be that much, right? It's not going to really eat at your margin much at all. So this is what I recommend, because a lot of people just get confused and hung up on what they should be doing when. This is what works for me, and I like to repeat this process, so I'm not just doing random stuff every day, and also so that I maximize the days that tend to perform best. So, I'll push out that creative test, like I said, on a Monday, but typically on a Tuesday. I'd like to take my time on Monday just to make sure we're prepared. And then on the weekend, if the product is looking good in the creative testing, I move it into interests, I'm maximizing that traffic. And then the next week, I'm maximizing the lookalikes and the CBOs to really crush on the following weekend if they're gonna work. All All right, so hope that helps. Hope that gives you some guidance. This is a big common question I get a lot, and I wanted to make sure to break this video down to help you with it. All right, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.